The Grand Vizier of Oz by Cedric. Chapter 11. Letters. 9th of first moon, year 22, Mrs. Kara Upland Manor, Upper Uplands. Darlingest Linny, your father and I are so proud of you. The Gilligan Times and Frottica Today have your picture all over the cover again. As I write, your father is arranging to have them framed, and we've cleared the entire north wall of the sitting room so that no one who comes in could possibly miss them. Congratulations, my little Linny. I can't believe you wrote a law. Everyone in Oz seems to know you now. Even your little friend Julia Whitestone has come by to say hello, and I'm sure you remember how our entire family has been ignoring us ever since that embarrassing little incident when you were 8. Of course, we told her that we forgive them, and of course we would accept their apology. No matter what the servants tell you, Linny, it was not our fault that our mother was so insulted. But you might want to watch out for a surprise visit soon, as we told them that our daughter has far too much work to do in the Emerald City to have time to visit them. I have to say, though, dear, that I don't see what's keeping you so busy that you can't come home to see us. Surely the wizard can spare his press secretary for a few short weeks. We miss you very much. Love, Mumsy and Popsicle. 19th of first moon, year 22, Elphaba Thrap, Grand Vizier, Emerald Palace, Emerald City. Dear Nessa, it's wonderful to hear from you, and I'm glad that your first days as Madame Governor went so well. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm sure you and Father enjoyed the celebration just as much without me. The wizard sends his congratulations, and the red box that should arrive with this letter is from him. I'm not exactly sure what he gave you, Nessa, but he spent about an hour asking me questions, so it should be something you like. I was surprised to hear that Bach was at your appointment banquet. It's good to know you two are friends again. Please tell him I said hello, and that I hope his literary career is going well. Has he finished that novel of his yet? It sounded like a very interesting take on religious history, and I would love to read it someday. I hope you don't mind me using our private letters for official business, but it seems silly to send you 2 messages at once. The enclosed papers are lists of the law amendments we've recently made that will affect Munchkinland. I thought you'd want to see them as soon as possible. Congratulations again, Nessa. I'm sure Mother would be proud. I miss you, and I hope you're happy. Love, Elphaba. 1st of second moon, year 22, Dr. Elias Marzan Dillamond, Professor of Ozian History, Shiz University. Miss Elphaba, rest assured that no letter of yours will ever be a bother. It's lovely to hear from you. I am quite well, and aside from the appalling lack of effort displayed by my second-year students, my work is most satisfying. On a slight tangent, you may be interested to know that thanks to your efforts in the past few months, my colleagues and I are drafting the curriculum for a new class to be offered next year, tentatively titled History in Progress, the Re-Evaluation of Justice. It will be an ongoing study of the efforts of yourself, the wizard, and Miss Glinda to help us, and we hope it will show students how choices are made by those who do not have the benefit of knowing what will happen next, and thus keep them from judging events in years past too harshly. As for the favor you ask, it is no trouble at all. Enclosed are copies of Madame Morrible's student file and her teaching record, as well as the employment records for Shiz faculty for the last 50 years. I expect that the former has to do with the upcoming 3-year anniversary of the Madame's unfortunate death, but I admit to being puzzled by the latter. May I ask what it is for? I must also tell you that Headmaster Aaron was quite shocked to learn that you had written to me instead of him with this request, and is terribly worried that he has somehow offended you. I trust I can tell him that there is no need to worry. Please feel free to write to me at any time, Miss Elphaba, and if I can be of any more help, you need only ask. Your friend, I am Dillamond. 4th of second moon, year 22, Lady Glinda Upland, Emerald Palace, Emerald City. Dear Mumsy and Popsicle, I'm sorry it took me so long to write back, but there's so much to do. Elfie and I have spent the last few months meeting every minister and advisor and baron and lord and earl and judge and magistrate who is helping us to rule Oz. Us! Doesn't that sound wonderful? And there just hasn't been time to stop. Being press secretary is a lot of work. Every day my assistants bring me newspapers and reports about all the important things that are happening with the court and the city and the rest of Oz, and then I have to balance all that against the work Elfie and Fiero and his Ozness are doing, and decide what part of it the public should know and what they needn't be bothered with. Whenever I'm not doing that, I'm with Elfie, either listening to petitions from Ozians who have complaints or a problem they need us to fix, or in the library reviewing Ozian law. Did you know that 200 years ago, Queen Ozma, the operatic, passed a law saying that no one with feathers could own a restaurant, not work in it, just own it, and she still said it was for health reasons. Thankfully, Elfie and his Ozness and I were able to annul that one without having to take it to the cabinet ministers. You wouldn't believe how boringable they are. But you mustn't think I'm complaining. I'm really very happy here. Everyone likes me, and they all call me Lady Glinda. Sometimes I actually have to stop them because they start calling me Lady Arduina, which is just silly, since they all should know only Grandpop can actually call himself by our clan name. About that, aren't the Whitestones part of our clan distantly? I don't really remember Miss Dula, but I know Popsy and her father threw wine at each other during Granny's birthday party. What really happened to make them hate us so much? I really would love to come home soon. I miss you so much! But I just don't think I'm going to have the time. All the new laws Elfie and I have made to counter the bias against animals are starting to be put into practice, and that means that 3 times as many people as usual are petitioning us to settle problems, and we can't ignore them, or else they're going to ignore our laws. I'm sorry, Mumsy, but I'm just not sure what's going to happen. I'll write to you whenever I can. Love, your Linny, Lady Glinda. 17th of second moon, year 22. Lady Amadel Tigilar, Kvon Altur, Neverdale. Fiero. Are you well? We hope you are, and you'll be glad to know that everyone here at home is doing fine. Your father's leg has healed, Narjin has nearly completed his studies, Diane is growing fast, and Maru insists that he has your eyes. She particularly misses you, Fiero. We were surprised to hear that you decided to stay in the Emerald City for the summer as well, as you've always come home before. Your father was looking forward to a proper hunting trip with both his sons. Do let us know as soon as possible if you change your mind. To answer your question, yes. I'm afraid the population records in the city archives will indeed be out of date, probably by 8 years or so. Your father and I decided that it was not practical to seek out or recall every nomadic tribe once a year just to record their names when they never grow by more than a few people every year. I'm sure that the wizard or your friend Madame Elphaba will be satisfied if you just estimate the population increase with those numbers. I assume this has to do with the rumors we've been hearing about a formal Oz-wide census? Please explain to the Vizier how impractical this would be, and for our sake, ask her to reconsider. Do pass on our greetings to the wizard, Madame Vizier, and your Miss Glinda. It was very nice to meet your friends at your graduation last year, and we hope they are well. We look forward to seeing you soon, Fiero. Love, Mother, Father, Narjin, Meru, and Diane. 30th of second moon, year 22, Nessa Rose Thrap, Madame Governor, Caldwin Grounds, Munchkinland. Elphaba, please give the wizard my thanks for the brooch. Having the Oz monogram circling our family crest is a perfect symbol for my position as Madame Governor. I hope you were very careful with what you said when he asked what sort of gift I would like and didn't make me out to sound like a little girl. Thank you for the amendments. Father and I have already seen to integrating them into Munchkinland law. I'm very happy, Elphaba, and I miss you too. Bach and I talked about you yesterday when we went on a very lovely picnic by the lake. His novel is coming along slowly, I'm afraid, and I can't tell you what it's like because he won't let me see it. I think he wants it to be a big surprise for me when it's done, and I can't wait. Will you be coming home for your birthday next month? Love, Nessa. 33rd of second moon, year 22, Elphaba Thrap, Grand Vizier, Emerald Palace, Emerald City. Dr. Dillamond, thank you very much for your help. To answer your question, I've been trying to see where and how so much of this unspoken bias against animals actually came from, and I thought the faculty of a place like Shiz might be a good place to start. I'm sorry I upset the headmaster. I honestly hadn't thought about that. Glinda is helping me draft a letter to apologize without actually apologizing, since apparently I'm not supposed to do that when someone's feelings are hurt. So I'd very much appreciate it if you could just tell him it wasn't personal. That course sounds very interesting, and I'd be the first to sign up if I could. I can't promise to make very interesting decisions for you, but if I have time, I could try to make the reasons behind our choices more publicly known. Or would that ruin the point? Actually, if you don't mind, can I ask another favor on the same subject? Glinda and Fiyero and I are having a hard time getting honest opinions of what Ozians in general think of the changes we've been making. Everyone here in the city either wants something from us or is trying too hard to impress. I know you'll be honest, so would you mind telling us what you think of everything that we've been doing? If you don't have the time, please don't worry about it. Thank you again for the files. Sincerely, Elphaba Thrap. 2nd of 3rd moon, year 22, Falorn Tanzin, Rose Street Tailor's Shop, Ashton Emerald City. Madame Grand Vizier, I apologize most sincerely for being so forward as to write to you directly, but in your acceptance speech on Lurlinamus Day, you said that you would always be ready to assist Ozians in need of justice. I'm sorry to say that here in Ashton there has been an incident for which we are in sore need of such help. In short, my son recently submitted his application to the local constabulary, but last night in the tavern, Constable Rerd Northen, who was off duty at the time and apparently somewhat intoxicated, declared that he would never let a useless animal wear one of his uniforms. My son argued that as a dog, he would be far from useless and that your recent decrees have banned exactly that sort of discrimination. There was a brawl, and my son's tail was broken in 3 places by Northen and 2 of his human friends. I apologize again for taking so much of your time, but Northman is the only law enforcer in our small area, and the district magistrate is preoccupied with a murder trial, and the waiting list for petitions at the palace is 3 weeks long. I can see no alternative but to write to you. Myself and my neighbors in Ashton greatly respect the decision you made in Florton earlier this year, and we'd be most obliged if you could ensure that the matter of Constable Northen is investigated soon. Humbly, Falorn Tanzin, Tailor. 4th of 3rd moon, year 22, Falorn Tanzin, Rose Street Tailor's Shop, Ashton, Emerald City. Madame Grand Vizier, thank you once again for your most prompt attention to the matter I raised. I am sorry that we were not prepared to greet you. We did not realize that you customarily travel across town at 1 o'clock in the morning to deal with such offenses. I cannot begin to express my gratitude for all you have done, particularly for your generosity in seeing to my son's medical needs. My neighbors and I greatly appreciate your swift reorganization of the local law enforcement services. If I might ask, for sake of curiosity, how long will former Constable Northen remain furry? Yours, Falorn Tanzin, Tailor. 11th of 3rd moon, year 22, Frexpar Thrap, Governor Regent, Colwyn Grounds, Munchkinland. Elphaba, we can't accept Amendment 44 on this list. It would mean losing all the taxes from corn shipments, and we can't afford that. You'll have to change it back. Your sister asked me to include copies of our reformation laws. There should be 32 pages. Regards, Father. 15th of 3rd moon, year 22, Fiyero Tigilar, Emerald Palace, Emerald City. Dear Mother, Father, Narjin, Meru, and Dian. Yes, I'm good. Life here is never boring. The wizard asks me to formally send his greetings, and the girls informally ask the same. They're all good, and they like meeting you too. I'm not dating Glinda. Tell Meru I miss her more than she does, and that if Dian has my eyes, I'm going to have to be very nice to him in order to get them back in my hand where they belong. Maybe she could keep watch for me? Sorry about the hunting trip, Father, but there's always next year, and if not, we can stalk snowcats when I come back from Meru's birthday. Are they getting braver this year, or are there just more of them up in the kills? Also, sorry that my census is going to be so much trouble, but we really need accurate numbers to work out labor taxes and keep the local starch shirt noblemen from underpaying their workers. When I wrote it, bet you never thought I'd be writing legislation. I figured we could just update the census at the Solstice Festival every year. Even the Unamada come together for that. We'll write again soon. Love, Fiyero. 20th of 3rd moon, year 22. Elphaba Thrap, Grand Vizier, Emerald Palace, Emerald City. Dear Nessa, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make it home for my birthday this year. I've been trying all week to get things done early and take a few days off, but even with Glinda and Fiero offering to do more than I think they can handle, it just won't work. I'm really sorry, Nessa. I was looking forward to seeing you. It sounds like you and Bach had a wonderful time on your picnic. By lake, do you mean the duck pond behind Mother's orchard? Or did you go all the way to Mossmere? Either way, I'm glad you're happy. I expect that Bach is shy about showing anyone his drafts. He probably thinks they're not very good. You might want to avoid getting your hopes up, but of course, I hope you're right. I'm sorry to bring up business again, but you need to tell Father that I can't just reverse an amendment that the wizard and his cabinet have already seen and approved, especially not after I was the one who suggested it. I really hate to make things difficult for you, but those taxes have to be dropped, or else corn prices will be too high for the quadlings and small-town citizens to handle. I'm really not sure why you needed to tax everyone traveling in or out of Munchkinland anyway. Some people just won't be able to afford it. As Vizier, can I ask you to talk to me next time before you make those kinds of changes? As your sister, let me say again that I'm really sorry not to be coming home. I miss you, Nessa, and I wish I could be there for you. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Love, Elphaba. 24th of 4th moon, year 22, Earl Yedrin Garlon, 237 Green Star Avenue, Emerald City. Lord Fiero, having just heard a long overdue confession from my sons concerning their most appalling behavior following the Lurlinamus ball, I must beg your acceptance of a most sincere apology, however delayed it may be. I assure you, no matter what their behavior during your mutual time at Quox College, Lennox and Nolo do not usually imbibe enough alcohol to make up such absurd stories as that which they have regrettably informed me were fabricated that night. Apologetically, Earl Yedrin Garlon, 26th of 4th moon, year 22, Prince Fiero Titular, Emerald Palace, Emerald City. Earl Garlon, I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. As I remember it, when your sons and I played billiards, we only talked about our families and predictions for the post-Lurlinamus Quox ball game. They did say something about taxes and animal laborers, but as far as I remember, it was so ridiculous that I laughed and told Lannick that no nobleman in Oz would ever be so unethical. That said, if we ever share drinks again, I'll keep your words in mind. Sincerely, Prince Fiero Titular, 26th of 4th moon, year 22, Fiero Titular, Emerald Palace, Emerald City. Glinda. Earl Garland's worried. He just tried to pass off the tax evasions the twins told me about as a drunken prank. Hopefully this means he'll be paying his animal workers properly before we take the census in 6th moon. How are things going in Utensia? Let us know if you need a hand dealing with the quadlings, all right? I know you told me you wanted to do this alone, but I really wish you'd at least taken a few guards along just in case. Since I know you'd want to ask, yes, Elphaba's still living in the library. Yesterday, I suggested that we just move her bed in there, and for a moment she was actually considering it. When you get back, the two of us are going to have to drag her out of there by force. There's a new ice cream shop opening soon on West Marble Boulevard. We should take her there for an afternoon. See you soon. Love, Fiero. 1st of 5th moon, year 22, Meru Titular, Kvon Altur, Neverdale. Hello, Fiero. Surprise, it's me. Mama said that if I use my best handwriting, I could be the one to write our family letter to you this time. Mama and Daddy say hello and hope you are happy, and Narjin says hello, and Diana's angry because I won't play and won't say anything, but I'm sure he loves you anyway. Last week I had a haircut, and it's much too short now, but Mama promises me it will go back soon. We all miss you and love you, and Daddy says that if he travels to the Emerald City soon, he might take me with him to come and see you. What is a census proposal? Love, Meru and Mama and Daddy and Narjin and Diane. Narjin says he's fixing my spelling and punctuation. I'm good at writing, aren't I? 3rd of 5th moon, year 22. Lady Glinda Upland, Utensia, Quadling Country. Dear Fiero, That's very sweet of you, but really, I'm fine. I don't need soldiers to protect me. Everyone here treats me like a princess, and they're all very cooperative. I think it's the tiara. I know Elfie said it was too much, but it's really very useful for getting people to listen. Congratulations on Earl Garland! I know you've been looking forward to catching it for months. What did your parents say about the census? Do they know you wrote it yet, and that it was your idea? It really was a wonderful one, Fiyero, and it's going to be such fun announcing it from the grand balcony. Have you written a speech yet, or do you just want me to do it? I already have lots of ideas. As for Elfie, try stealing her glasses at breakfast. She never gets anything done if she can't read the small print. She's perfected her searching spell, though, so either you'll have to hide them in Oscar's spare glasses or ask just to read to put them on the roof. Anyways, I'm really tired. I've been on my feet all day, so I'm going to bed now. Good night. I should be home in another week or so. Love, Glinda. 5th of 5th moon, year 22. Miss Elphaba, this is Bach. I'm using an envelope Nessa addressed to you earlier to sneak this out. I'm sorry, but there was no other way. I need your help. I haven't left your sister's house since I got here almost a year ago, and every time I tell her I want to quit my job, she ignores me. I'm practically locked in. I think the guards have orders not to let me leave. I know I have no right to ask you or Miss Glinda for help, but I'm desperate. I never wanted to hurt Nessa, but I'm not in love with her, and I want to go home. My family has no idea what's happened to me, and I can't write to them because your sister has people checking all the posts. Please help me. I'll do anything you ask. Bach. 11th of 5th moon, year 22. Fiyero, I didn't want to wake you, but I've got to go to Munchkinland. It looks like Nessa's done something very stupid. Tell the others not to worry about me. I'll be back soon. Elphaba.